Good morning. Good morning. Quick video. Please excuse the audio. I'm still working on the microphone situation with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Rest in peace to the microphone jack, headphone jack, if you will. Quick video. I want to talk about how to deal with increasingly turbulent, if you will, walking on eggshell type environments. If you observe your environment long enough, if you observe the news long enough, if you have your eyes open whatsoever, ear to the ground, social media, the news outlets, if you're observant whatsoever, you will see a trend. You will see a pattern. Things are different. I'm not going to say things are worse. I'm not going to say things are better. But, emotions are rising, and rationality is dropping. It's decreasing. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with a hard working workplace? It's not easy, but it's necessary. I was listening to a video just now, and it's what kind of sparked this video, and I hated the response that the host or the YouTubers were giving, because they completely missed it. They gave this man horrible advice on how to deal with, he's in a leadership position in his office, and the people that he's over and the people he's required to kind of direct their energy, he's their supervisor. So it's his job to direct a group of people's energy. That's what supervising is. Well, every time he gives an order or gives instruction or gives correction, they come back with emotion rather than this is why I couldn't do it, this is why I can do it. Everything was how I feel versus, well, what are we even doing? And I'm not gonna get into it. Here's the potential solution. It's something I utilize in my daily life. Document. Everything you say, everything you communicate needs to be documented. Everything. Meaning this requires discipline. Things are not going to get better. Document. Email, text messages, recorded phone calls, recorded audio. The purpose of this is to avoid he said, she said. This goes right along with dealing with toxic, leaders, your supervisors. It goes both ways. When you're at work, you have a job to do. Anything that comes between you and your job duties, obviously there's a better and worse way of doing things. There's a efficient way of doing things. There's a long-lasting, in terms of your social skill, long-term way of doing things. There's a reputation, effective way of doing things. But the goal is to keep the job. The goal is to complete the job. You want to document. But before all of that, because, at no point will you be perfect. At no point will you be perfect. You want to go with the mindset of, first, am I correct in what I'm saying? Is everything I'm doing correct? Am I wrong? Was I angry? Was I disrespectful? Did I cross a professional line? Here's the issue with being professional. Unless it's clearly defined by standards, it will be hard to enforce. It will be hard to define, because everyone's going to have their own line of decency, their own definition of, this is what it means to me to be professional. If you look at, The Office as an example, Michael Scott thinks he's the world's greatest boss. He thinks he's the ultimate professional. Meanwhile, if you look at the rest of them and how he affects everyone else, everybody has their own perspective. So how do we define professional? Well, we utilize wisdom, first of all. We utilize wisdom. We look at the standards, the regulations. We look at what's written down already. We look at some precedent. But for you to survive, and this goes, hand in hand with the military and how do you survive, toxic environments, toxic again being relative as well, because something that's toxic to you is not toxic to everyone else. For you to survive, you need to ask this question: what does my authority think? What does my leadership think? How do they define professionalism? Is that documented? Have they already sent out an email saying, "Hey, we don't tolerate this. This is unacceptable. This is not professional. Do this. Don't do that." Is it documented? If not, get it documented. We're going through a tunnel, so it might be trash. Shout out to Verizon. Document. There will come a time where you will be working with a coworker, you will encounter someone, and you guys just won't get along for whatever reason. It's up to you to be proactive with your career. I've said this so many times, and nobody cares about you. It's up to you to protect your own career, your own interests. Now we're really in a tunnel. Hope everybody's doing well with the quarantine and things of that nature. Just taking a little 5-second standby while we go through this tunnel. It's up to you. Take full responsibility for your own career. Don't let anybody push you out. Don't let anyone push you out, push you away from your job. There we go. The hardest part of leadership, at least from my perspective, how do you get all these different personalities to gather around the same goal? The same goal in the direction. All these different people with all these different backgrounds, different ethnicities, backgrounds, nationalities. How do we get everyone on the same page? Start with the goal. But when it comes to communication, that's where it gets sticky. Where everyone has a different communication style. Everyone wants to be catered to in their own way, which is fine. But wisdom tells you humans are on the same page on certain topics, such as pain. The pursuit of happiness. Not happiness, but the pursuit of it. So yeah, make sure first, before you even address this topic, am I wrong? Are my words correct? Is a goal established? Have I documented? Is the standard that I must abide by documented? Have I broken the standard personally? Very simple questions that we can just miss completely because we get caught up in the emotion. And even in response to emotion, we can respond with emotion. That's wrong. You would notice very quickly if you get in a fight on a military base. Oh my goodness. Wisdom, people, is the whole point. Wisdom is the point. Start documenting. I would hate for it to get to this point, but it may come to a day where you might have to carry a recorder in your pocket and record every single conversation, every interaction. All day long you have a recorder in your pocket where every encounter is documented. It may come to that. Protect yourself. Wisdom is seeing a personality afar off, seeing trouble afar off, and hiding yourself. I've never been able to understand the concept of people that chase tornadoes. I don't get it. Yes, we find their footage valuable and their information valuable, and that their data and their stats. But why are you chasing trouble? Well, you enter the workplace. First of all, you need to know why you're there. What is the point of me having a job, period? It's for my family, for me, my future. Beyond that, everything else is secondary. Meaning now I must protect my own interests first. My own interests must come first. So now we're operating off principle, wisdom. Yes, you celebrate. Yes, you're social, but you're always aware of where the standard is, where the line is. Have I crossed it? Using wisdom to, determine who can handle a joke. What kind of joke? Is this joke necessary? Is this joke necessary? Maybe nothing wrong with it. Maybe funny. Is it necessary? Knowing the difference between two different people. Why this person can handle this joke, why this person can't. Group settings. Who's listening? Who's eavesdropping? I may be describing paranoia. It's very similar to wisdom. Paranoia usually is, tied to anxiety, is tied to something that's not real, something that's tied to fear. Wisdom is tied to a desired outcome. If your outcome is peace, that, if you're looking for a peaceful environment, your job is probably going to be silence for the most part. Your job is going to be to show up and be competent. Some people may have jobs where you're required to communicate. Your job is going to be, this meeting needs to be cut short. Whatever the desired, length of a meeting is, it's now going to be cut in half. That's the advice I always give to, my supervisors, and something I'll be using when I become supervisor is any meeting that we have, any meeting that we set, immediately cut it in half. 20-minute meetings are now 10-minute meetings. Never enter a meeting without itemized bullet points. This is what we're going to cover, nothing else. Send out an email before every meeting and say, everyone send your concerns, your questions, your comments to me via email, and that's the only thing we're going to cover. No small talk, no coffee breaks, no bathroom breaks. If you need to leave, that's cool. That's cool. But in terms of what we're talking about, in terms of what we cover, in terms of what we address, if it's not in this email that you responded with, we're not talking about anything else. That will make your meetings 100% efficient. It leaves zero room for foolishness. Your words get you in trouble a lot quicker than your actions. It takes a lot of planning. You wake up with purpose. You go to the office with purpose. Everything you say needs to have purpose behind it. That's where all the trouble comes from, is the aimless energy that we just throw out randomly. And honestly, a lot of us don't really manage what we put out into the universe. We just kind of wake up and we respond. And we respond and react. And this happened, so now I'm gonna have this react. And then I'm gonna throw hands with this, and then this, and this made me mad. And we constantly go through life responding. Hence why we have branding and advertising. We spend our entire day responding to speed limits and one-way signs and yield and this way and get on I-95 and make a left here, make it right. We're responding constantly. We get on Instagram and we respond. We like or we comment. We get on YouTube and we like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. We constantly. We get on email and we simply respond to inboxes. Yes, we do generate, our own, emails, Don't miss the point. Don't miss the point. Stop responding. Take back part of your life and make it proactive. Anything that you can control, make it proactive. Any interaction that you can control, make it proactive. Meaning, hey, I could have a 20-minute conversation, or I can send you an email. One of my favorite things about email is that you can schedule them. A lot of people think that when you get, especially as finance, where we're teleworking too, so you get an influx of emails that were usually people walking in or phone calls. Well, I personally respond to emails twice a week. Twice a week, we have a 48-hour turnover requirement on emails. Well, that's cool. I schedule my emails for 48 hours. after I respond. Meaning, I get to decide when they get the message. Meaning, this is not a conversation. Meaning, now our interaction is effective and it's on my terms. It's now proactive. If I send you an email at 5 p.m. and I left the office at 2:30, I'm in control. You're taking back control from what little things you can control. The world is constantly trying to place things on your plate. Every day you will have to deal with, hey, here's another requirement. Here, take this on. Hey, try this on. Hey, leave these people. Go here. It's constantly reacting to the world we live in, which is what we call life. But what if we could be proactive? We could take back control of 50% of our life. How much power would we have? How much more predictable would our results be? Amazing. Amazing. Don't be fearful. Don't be fearful. This road is not getting any better. This road is not getting any better. Ask questions. Don't make statements. Ask questions. Anything that you feel, like you need to voice you voice to the world. I'm so on 10 with this one particular statement I want to make. How could you make that statement into a question? Make that statement into a question. I hate the sky is blue. Well, why is the sky blue? Should the sky be blue? Can we change the fact that the sky is blue? Can we change our perception of the sky being blue? Is the sky blue if you don't look at it? Questions. Read. A lot of trouble we get into is because our vocabulary is limited. Someone who uses, swear words, every other word, has a limited vocabulary. They're operating off of cache, off of RAM. They're just pulling the last thing they said. The things that they typically say over and over again, they pull from that. They have a very small library of words that they can pull from. So when they enter, a reactive mode, or they're in a split second, decision, they're pulling from this limited arsenal they have. No wonder people get in trouble constantly. In rant. I'm at the Pentagon. But enjoy this day, Friday. I just felt impressed to speak to the people. You got this. Think ahead. I'm telling you, things are not getting better. Think ahead. Get ahead of the game. Don't wait for things to come to you. Plan. Go to them, or plan the availability of yourself. That's good stuff. All right. I'll see y'all.